Hi everyone. Hi everyone, Fish here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. You're about to see a video where me, Skypilot, Fatih and TheMattluigi made levels for you on Megaspeedruns. And these levels were all made in 1 hour. And also, these levels are all made with 1.8 assets, and 1.8 was only 1 day old when we did this stream. So I really hope you will enjoy this video. If you do enjoy it, please consider leaving a nice little comment or a like and subscribing to the channel, as we've just reached our 100 subscriptions. And also check out the profiles of all these other creators that also made a level here. They're all awesome guys, they deserve your attention. So please go out there, share the love, and I hope you enjoy the video. Also, forgot to mention, all those creators I just talked about, Fatih, Skypilot, and of course TheMattluigi, they're all here for this video. They're all there doing comments on their levels together with me. So, big thanks to those guys. You're all awesome for doing this, and I hope you guys, the viewers, enjoy it. Okay, so this level is a Red Quarry, and it was made by Fatih, who is with me here in the chat.
Hello.
Hi. So you made this level for the 1 hour challenge. Can you tell us a little bit about what your approach was to making this level?
Well, the first thing is I checked the tiles and tried to do something with them. So, and it ended up being a red stage, which is why I named the stage like that.
Ah, I actually didn't figure that out at first.
The name comes from the random tiles that I made, actually.
It looks really good. I actually am very impressed that you managed to put a tile set like that together in 1 hour. And also, it's such a nice stage, it feels very traditional. That's just a talent you have, I think.
Most of my levels are traditions most of the time, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were also kind of forced to work with all the new enemies here, so it's kind of neat that you actually managed to find out what they all do. Are you well known with all the enemies already, or did you learn on the fly?
Yeah, I already played Mega Man Days or Game Boy games, so I already know how they work.
Ah, very
before.
good, very good.
But it wasn't that hard to find out.
No, that's very cool. Yeah, I have to say I also played all those games, but some enemies I totally forgot about, like the one I'm on right now. I don't know what's that thing called even, what I'm shooting right now.
Yeah, that thing from Mega Man 4 game.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And I think it only exists in Crystal Man stage.
Ah, okay, that might be true. Yes. All right. This one is mean. That one up there is a bully. He's like,
I mean, you stayed on the ladders. That's why you get hit.
Right. So here we have the boss, a Karmagoro maker, just out of the water. Very nice. How did you know that would work?
I saw somebody talking about this boss, saying the turtles hop around.
Yeah.
And try to do the similar thing.
Oh, at least you see it really worked. I think it was a very nice boss and a very nice level. So yeah, good job on making that in 1 hour. And thank you so much for joining us for this video.
Alright, let's get started by introducing why this level came to be, more than anything else. So basically, we wanted to make 1.8 levels for the 1 hour, and the first thing I thought of was like, it needs to have 1.8 tiles, it needs to have 1.8 weapons, but I personally sometimes pick weapons before I design the rest of the level. Targets were fun and stuff to add as well as 1.8 things. So the weapons ended up creating a lot of the level ideas, because I wanted stuff that's interaction heavy, because I like interactions. So magic card and the ice pillar. And then I was like, the conveyors, I just trucked them in and I like them because they mess with the ice pillars and stuff. So that's kind of where this level came to be for the most part.
Yeah, definitely.
This room is very amusing.
Yeah, look at this. Here I go. Whee! Back again. Let's go. Let's do it again. I'm going for an hour right. I'm enjoying myself so much.
Yeah, the block can go either way, causing different strategies.
Yeah.
I did want the ice pillar to give
It has a nice interaction with the ice pillar too, but you really have to be on your toes in this level. It's
Oh yeah.
It might not be Kaizo just yet, but it borders Kaizo. It borders it. It's just very tricky.
It's on the border of Kaizo, but the only thing that doesn't make it a Kaizo is its length overall, maybe. But the lack of checkpoints, you know, that too.
Yeah.
But the level doesn't, like, it still progressively gets harder, and it doesn't let up, like, that owl there.
Yeah.
The bullying of their momentum abuse. You gotta put ice down to hit a target.
Yeah, and don't forget you actually have the conveyors and the owl and sometimes the moving ice platform as well. So that's 3 individual parts that can move. You really have to pay attention when doing this.
Yeah, by the way, this part here, this whole section, I think it was like the last 10 or 20 minutes, maybe. I threw all the last part together right after the room with the block. It just play tested it a little. I don't know. I have to do everything very quickly, so none of this was really tested. It was just thrown together really fast, hoping that it would feel good.
Originally, you couldn't get through the boss door or something, right? Because I didn't even make it to that area during the stream. I didn't get this far back then.
Sadly, yeah, body got up there. That target was meant to be high enough that you had to use an ice pillar, but the mistake was I didn't raise the target enough, so you can get it without using an ice pillar.
Magic card is surprisingly... it reaches very far. I'm actually also caught off guard by that.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like, even that owl there, you're probably thinking, okay, that dude's gonna mess me up. And if you ignore him, he'll pull you off the ladder.
Oh, I know.
He'll mess you up from going over those spikes. He is the biggest of jerks, but the fact that, like, I even saw you come by my stream and go, what the heck, Sky, that frickin' owl laughed.
Yep.
I knew exactly which one you were talking about.
It was such a bastard. And it's also like, you are dangling a carrot there. You are basically saying, well, you've got your key, there's the boss door, all you need to do is now go to this ladder. And because you're so enthusiastic at that very moment, you're forgetting this bastard of an owl who's just sitting there on a perch blowing you off.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
I really wanted there to be a mixture of both interactions, like ice pillars and magic cards, swapping between them a lot.
Yeah.
So right here, this is kind of what I wanted to see, is ice pillar, jump, magic card. That was there earlier in the level, so you're already thinking about that tech when you get here, was the idea. And there's plenty of targets set up to complement that.
Also, you see my pro game play here, it's very awesome. Oh, I killed the owl finally.
Yeah,
Sorry that took a little long.
Eventually, yeah. But I think there's like 3 concepts I like to try to do in levels, and I think a lot of people do this as well, is having action, which is like fighting enemies, puzzling, a little bit of that, and platforming. You know, the kind of like action, platforming, and a little bit of puzzling. And that's kind of what this level was trying to be with the new 1.8 stuff. Burnerman, and this was just kind of like an idea that I chucked together real quick.
But that actually worked. I mean, it wasn't too hard. It wasn't unforgiving or anything. I like this.
Yeah, a lot of people stay on one side of the room because, you know, if you can do the blocks and stuff. But if you wanted to, you could get to the ladders if you wanted to stay safe that way. But, you know, very well played, Fish. This is the biggest, jankiest, momentumous, abuses 1.8 thing I could come up with in an hour, and I'm glad you gave it a shot.
Thank you for making it, Sky. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
So this level is called 1 Hour Challenge, Luigi's Non-Scary Mansion, and it's made by TheMattluigi, who's here with me now.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
I'm Luigi.
Yes, you are, and you made this level.
Yes, I indeed made it. In an hour.
In an hour. Did we use an hour? Didn't we use 15 minutes more? I don't know. I don't remember that stream very well, although
we did take a little bit more to make it pretty, which I failed at.
Well, I think it still looks very wonderful. So, can you tell us a little bit about the level itself? What was the story behind your level?
Well, the story is that with the new updates, they have a new weapon that looks a lot like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to make my own Luigi's Mansion level. So I got this item that sucks. I don't know what it's called. It's a purple
It's the
black
gravity
ball.
well.
The gravity well, of course, yes. And the thought process was you get a mansion to go through. A little bit of a Metroidvania. And you have to catch these ghosts with that item.
Oh, very
so
nice.
you have varied locations, and you have a couple of bosses to take down.
Ah, very cool, very cool. Well, you see that I actually am getting a little bit lost in your level, so indeed it is a little bit Metroidvania-like. Did you give any thought to the bosses you put in? Like, are they ghosts or something, or is that just coincidental?
Well, I wanted to. The first boss was certainly supposed to be a ghost because he was a pirate. But the thing about these bosses are they were new. They are with the new update. So I thought it would be fun to only use the new bosses introduced in this new update. And there's no particular theme or anything. It's just figuring out what the new bosses do and how they are. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also seeing some new nice Luigi action now on the screen. So that's actually... You have been waiting for that for a long time, haven't you?
Yes, I've been waiting a long time to make this level, and it is not very good because it was made in an hour, so I have to retry this one.
I remember during the NRS Creators Appreciation Week, you had the buddy team, and you actually wanted to do a Luigi level if 1.8 would have released by then, and it didn't end up happening.
No, it would have happened. It would have been a lot better, because you see there are a lot of glitches, visual glitches, but we tried to do something.
Well, you actually made a nice level like this. I like it. It's a nice little... look at that. Isn't this a ghostly room or anything? And you just cram in 2 bosses too. Like... yeah, you know what? 1 boss at the same time isn't enough. Let's cram in 2.
Well, the thought process was I take these 2 bosses and I let the player take down one of them or both of them at their own pace with their own weapons. So it's kind of new challenge for new bosses.
Yeah, and you see that I'm actually failing at it right now. I try to keep myself alive, but I'm like, oh no, I should have gone for Punk first here.
Yeah, the key is to... Yeah, I don't know any of the boss names, but
this is Punk and Burner Man, actually.
Yeah, the key is to take the punk guy down first, because he's the hardest one to take down. And then you just have to wait for Burner Man to... Well, he can't really do anything, because he's just stuck in the same little box.
I don't know if you have ever had the pleasure of fighting Burner Man not stuck in a cage yet. Because he's chaotic as all hell. So it's a good thing you put him in a cage there. I was very happy to see it.
That's great to hear.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for making this level. I really enjoyed it, and thank you for coming on for this video too.
Thank you for having me. It was very fun.
Okay, so this is my level. It's called Gravity Falls. And actually, I have been planning this level for a little while. Back when 1.8 was showcased during the large stream that Mecha and Goldstorm and Luigi did, and some of the other ones of course, they showed this little thing called the waterfall, and I didn't really know what it was from at first. I believe it's from Mega Man 5 Game Boy. And the funny thing is, the waterfall can do some more things than just harm Mega Man, or in this case Bass. Of course, I had to make a Bass level, because I love playing as Bass. I love his dash, I love his double jump, I love his momentum. I love everything about Bass. So yeah, here you can see me just kind of being an ass to the player. And here we're going to use the waterfalls for the first time. So as you can see, waterfalls can push you through solid platforms, but not through some other ones, like the flying platforms. Those are just fine. And they are not only used in that way, but they are used in multiple ways. So yeah, we'll quickly see some more ways we can use them. You can also have waterfalls that go up apparently, so that already is very fitting for a level called Gravity Falls. And you can use that to reach places that you otherwise couldn't. Or you could just let the waterfall go through a pillar, and now you can walk through. So yeah, I wanted to showcase stuff like that, so that people could get a feeling for what the waterfalls can do. Because in the end, there's of course going to be a large-ass puzzle. But before we get there, there's actually one more thing that I've seen, and that's from the stream in particular. Namely, if you use the gravity hold, the waterfalls go the other way all of a sudden. So the puzzles become even more complex. And now we enter the final room with the largest puzzle. And as you will see pretty soon now, if you're too eager, you'll die. Which is what I did here. Alright, so back to the room. It's a large vertical room with 3 waterfalls. They are all 3 going different ways. At least I believe 2 are going down and 1 is going up. Or something like that. And you have to use gravity hold to actually get where you want to go. Which is the top. And it isn't very easy to come there. Because these little cloud enemies, which I don't know how they are called. Let's just call them cloud fiends or something like that. They really try and stall all your progress. And it's hard to get there as it is. Because if the waterfall hits a platform you're standing on, that platform just disappears. It doesn't care that you're there, no, it just disappears. Except when it's a weapon platform like this, you're safe. So now I've gotten the key. Ideally you could just use the middle waterfall to get down instantly, but now I took a little detour. And you get in front of the boss door. This enemy is relatively harmless. I should have thought a little bit better how to place him there, but yeah, I only had 1 hour to create this, so please have a little leniency. And I just put Pluto here because Pluto is also purple. And he also seemed like a little bit of a Yeti kind of person. So yeah, that seemed to fit Gravity Falls theme like stuff. So, and yeah, I was thinking of the cartoon Gravity Falls when I made this. So sue me. I'm doing spectacularly poor in this boss battle, by the way, as you will see. It's really quite embarrassing how bad I'm doing in a level that I made myself, in a boss battle that I put forth myself. I'm just doing spectacularly bad. But yeah, alright, it happens. You know, when you're going to show something in front of people, you always play bad. Or at least I do. I know there's people like Fatih who don't. So I decided to use an energy tank, because we're not going to do this boss battle twice. No, we're going to do it in one go. Better to use an energy tank then. And yeah, that's the end of the level. Also, waterfall in the boss room. I hope you enjoyed my level, and maybe you'll play it sometime. So yeah.